And what's going on, PBL fans? It's Jacob, the coach of the Ecruteak City Stantlers, and today we are going to be facing off against the Azalea Town Articunos, coached by Kaitlin. Now, looking at this battle, I was really hoping that we could try to bring home a 3-0 start to the season, and I was really hoping to not lose any Pokemon. So let's see how we did, and we'll go ahead and jump right on in here. Alrighty then, so we're jumping right into our battle here, and we are starting off with Medley, our Mega Pidgeot. Now, honestly, we are dropping her this week. It's nothing personal, she just doesn't really fit on the team, but I figured we could give her some spotlight in her last battle here. So we do start off with her against the Decidueye, and, we just kind of Mega Evolve and go for Hurricane here, because nothing really on her team wants to take that Hurricane. No one's really going to take it that well. So, we just kind of decide to fire that off. We do Mega Evolve here, looking all nice and awesome. Get our big old hair flying to the back. And then we go for our Hurricane, and as you can see here, it does a sizable amount of damage to the Hydreigon. Now, obviously, I can just do that again, because if she decides to stay in, I'm faster unless she's Scarfed, and she goes down. And Gladys drops to the Hurricane. So then comes out Warren, the Sharpedo, who I was assuming was Mega. Just to test the waters, I wanted to see how much damage we could actually do to this thing. So she, we do stay in while she decides to Mega Evolve her Sharpedo, joining the Mega Party. There it is, all nice and pink and cool. And it goes off to us, where we fire off a Hurricane. And you can see here that it does a very sizable amount of damage. Possibly doing more if I got a roll. I forgot to check this one after the game. However, he does survive and gets off a Ice Fang and leaves us with very minimal HP. Now, like I said, I am trying to preserve every Pokemon I can, so I do decide to switch out to Popeye and just see how much damage we could take. Luckily, we take a little over half, so we do survive and we get to go for the Mach Punch to KO. Now, that was a little bit risky if she decided to read that and go for a Psychic Fang. I could have been in a lot of trouble. That could have easily picked me off, but luckily that wasn't the situation. So out comes Celesteela. I have no idea what it's going to do. I was expecting something like a Leech Seed or maybe a Heavy Slam, something like that. So we switch out to Dr. Drizzle, hopefully that we can take that pretty well. Actually goes up for a Fly. So that was a little, not concerning, but just, it kind of took me by surprise. Well, I figured, hey, free Stealth Rocks. It's not very effective, so I should be able to survive. Let's get those rocks down. So Harper does come down with the Fly. As you can see, I do take a pretty decent chunk of damage. Again, this is a special defensive Empoleon. I kind of decided to do that this week because most of her Pokemon were special, and it walled out Hydreigon pretty well. So we do go for Ice Beam just to try to get some damage off, and luckily we get the freeze. So the 10% chance on the freeze was not very likely, but it did happen, and we apologize for any inconvenience that might have come out of that to Kaitlin. So again, sorry about that, buddy. You can just see us getting our leftovers recoveries here. Now here, I just decided to go for another Ice Beam. I thought maybe something would be switching in. I kind of feared that Volcarona would come in at this point. When we noticed that the freeze isn't breaking on turn 1, that was really the point where I thought to myself, okay, she's definitely going to be switching out. Also, my other offensive move on this set was Scald, so I really didn't want to do that because that would burn the ice and hence unfreeze the Celesteela. So, she does go for the switch. She brings out Harold, the Decidueye, and I knew immediately that this Ice Beam was going to hit it pretty hard. But how hard was the question? So, we go for our Ice Beam, and you can see that Harold takes a sizable chunk. For no investment whatsoever, I'm pretty happy about that. So, going into this round, I figured, well, I can probably survive anything that it throws outside of a crit Leaf Blade. It goes for the Leaf Blade, does a ton of damage, and we do manage to hang on at 30 HP. Helpful for us. We do go for the Ice Beam, and Dr. Drizzle is able to pick up this KO on the Harold Decidueye. So at this point, her team is looking to be in a pretty difficult spot, I would say. She's got a frozen Celesteela, she's got her Mimikyu, and I think her Volcarona, and that is just about it. Her Defogger was Decidueye. It's gone now, which means that Volcarona cannot come in without taking 50% of his HP. Oh, and so here I switch out to Pidgeot to sack it off, but luckily she goes for a Shadow Claw, so it's not, it doesn't do anything. This turn I figured she was going to play rough since, Shadow Sneak would do nothing. So I figure we can break the disguise by going for a U-turn and actually switching out into Tapu Waifu to take the play rough. Now, if she would have read that and gone for Shadow Claw, that would have been my Tapu Lele instantly removed from the field. But luckily, that's not what happened, so the play rough goes through, and you can see we take that pretty decently. Now, right here, it was pretty close. I do go for a Psychic. I am Choice Scarfed Out Speed this thing specifically, and we take it down with a crit. Now, we did go back and we looked through how much HP the Mimikyu had left, and the crit did not actually matter. It was going down either way. But when we were playing, it definitely looked like it might have mattered. So here there's two Pokemon left. I know that Volcarona, despite being at 50% health when it comes in, can still be extremely dangerous. So I wanted to go ahead and set up Garchomp Gross before that thing came to light. If that thing got a Quiver Dance off, it very well could have been the rest of my team. I really had Conkeldurr set up to deal with that, and he was too low of HP at this point to do anything. So we definitely wanted to set up, and luckily Celesteela stayed in Frozen and let us get a Swords Dance off, so that way we can really just, try to really punch this one through. Side note, I have been ending all of these games on Garchomp recently. That is not intentional, that just happens to be the way that the battles go. We do get a Rock Slide off, and surprisingly, Celesteela still survives it. That just goes to show you how strong this dang thing is, and if it wasn't so frozen, maybe we would have had to, more of a difficult time dealing with it. So at this point, we are +2. We are rocking the Rock Slide, and bar any miss, we are going to take out the Celesteela pretty easily. The weirdness on the field is gone now, so if there was any priority, it can be used now. But with that, out comes the Volcarona, I believe. Here we go. Here comes Earl, the Volcarona. And it does immediately take 50% of its life, so that was unfortunate. And then we do end up just finishing it off with an Earthquake, because we are +2. We naturally outspeed unless it was Scarfed, but we do go ahead and take that down. So with that, we do actually move our standings up to 3-0 with actually the best knockout to faint ratio as well. With that, good game to Kaitlin. It was a pretty good one. I'm glad that we got to see a little bit out of Medley before we ended up dropping her for our new additions. We'll be making a video about that soon too, so just keep your eyes peeled for all the roster changes, at least in Ecruteak City. I don't know if we're doing one for everybody, but we'll definitely be doing one for our side. So with that, we're going to go ahead and peace on out of here. But, if you like the battle, make sure that you stick around and keep watching, because we are going to try to keep bringing you guys the best battles as we can over in Ecruteak City. So with that, have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.